Here at SouthLight, we're seeing an influx of fentanyl positive tests. And the one thing I think that people need to understand about fentanyl is probably about 60% of the people that are testing positive don't actually know that they're taking fentanyl. And that's truly frightening, right? We know that there are different variations of fentanyl on the streets, and it's all synthetic. It's been made in a laboratory. So the problem is that if you are intentionally taking it, maybe you take safeguards and you do things to make sure that you have the things you need to make sure that you don't overdose. But when you don't know that you're taking it and people around you don't know that you're taking it, then you run a greater risk of overdose and truly of dying because they don't know what's in your system. And what we're seeing is that it's actually in everything. It's in cocaine, it's in methamphetamine, it's actually in marijuana these days. Pretty much anything that's coming from south of the border is laced with fentanyl. The reason is because it's addictive, right? So these other drugs don't have physiological or body type addiction. There's only a couple on the market that do. Everything else is sort of a mental addiction until it's laced with fentanyl, and then suddenly you become physically addicted to cocaine or physically addicted to marijuana or physically addicted to methamphetamines. And then it's that much harder and you need our services that much more because you didn't know, right? You just didn't know. And so we do a lot with educating and we do a lot with harm reduction, like know who you're buying your product from, know what you're getting your hands on, be sure to ask those questions. And we do a lot to educate. We do a lot to ensure that every single person that comes here and leaves here leaves with Narcan. So if they do have an unintentional overdose, someone can save their life. And that's what happens because we want to move forward and we want people to kick this problem, and fentanyl changed the game for everybody. And it's sad that it's in so many things. But I think that we do a really good job here of educating and getting people to the place where they recognize what they're taking and they recognize the ways to come about it. And then when they're ready for help, we're here.